Hello, my name is Peter and I want to talk about how do we or you realize that we are a spiritual being. So I run the Bright Beings Academy and also the Dream Method coaching course, which is actually what we're going through at the moment. We did the D last video, now we're doing the R, which is realizations. How do we realize that we are a spiritual being? Well, firstly, you really start to need to work on the material issues that you've got. So that's why we've got the discovery phase of the Dream Method, and then you start to realize what you are. And that's a bigger step. Now it's a step, but it's a bigger step. And how do we do that? How do we realize? Well, firstly, we realize that our thoughts are not our own, and that's the beginnings of this discovery of the Dream Method. Our thoughts are not our own. Our emotions are not us. Our thoughts are not us, our emotions are not us, our physical body is not us. This is the realizations we're starting to come to. So what are we is the big question. Are you your eye? Are you your hair? Well, not me, definitely. Are you your face, your fingers? Are you your legs, your torso? Are you your heart or your brain? What are you? Just think about that for a few seconds. What are you? You're none of those. So what has been that thing, that consciousness that's been observing all of these different things that come through you? All these wonderful moments you might have had, the joy, the love, the ecstasy, or the depression, the overwhelmness, the emotional exhaustion. What has observed all of these that have gone through you? You're coming closer to the realization that actually you are observing all of this. It's like the chariot. I call it the chariot. In the Vedas I talk about the chariot, where you've got the 5 horses of the 5 senses, the reins of the mind. You've got the charioteer, which is your intellect. You have the chariot itself, which is your ego, so you can make it as flashy as you want or as conservative as you want. And you've got this ball of energy sitting at the back, which is the observer, which is actually you, looking at the material world out in front of you. So as you start to move more towards this observer consciousness, that's when you realize what you really are, who you really are. That's incredible. So you need to get past all of these anchors that are holding you and trapping you into the material world. They call it the Maya in the Vedas. It's the Maya, the illusory world. Or there's films called The Matrix. Remember the Matrix series? That's what that was all about. It was based on those ancient Vedic philosophies of this is not the real world that you're looking at. The real world is actually inside of you. And what they did is they pulled out the Maya plug, as it were, the Matrix plug, and you came into the real world. And then that went deeper than that even. That was just another part of the illusory world where they actually went into the real world as Neo suddenly became the light body that he was. And he could exist and be very powerful without his eyes. He couldn't see anything, but he could see everything. So he was moving more and more into the realization that he was not his physical body either. So that's the realization in the Dream Method of thinking, okay, this is not me. This physical body is not me. These reactions are not me. The way that I deal with life is not me. These are conditions that have all been, some of them put onto you, some of them you've created habits for yourself to protect yourself. So this is why we do these reactions. When we discover the reactions, that's the beginnings, the D, discovering. When we realize our reactions, we realize that these reactions are not us. They are protection mechanisms that we've built up over the years to push people away, keep them away. No, can't come near me. Big barrier. Someone used to say to me, or many people said to me, I used to have like a concrete wall around me. I was quite a tough character. Concrete wall around me that nobody could penetrate because I'm highly sensitive and I'm empathetic, or empathic I should say. So it was like a stone wall. I couldn't let people in. And that was exhausting actually to hold that up. So I spent many days or even hours on my own getting my energy back. Now I don't need to do that at all, because I've realised what I am. I've come through the realisation stage where I don't need to have these barriers, these protection mechanisms up. So in the dream method, we kind of go into that quite deeply, almost like a shamanic way of looking at it, where you're looking at your protection mechanisms and you're appreciating that they were there, even if they reacted in the most abominable way. They were there to protect you. So you appreciate them, you put them away, and you say, thank you very much. That was wonderful. I'm glad you were there to protect me, but I don't need you anymore. I love you and I forgive you for any ill that you've done. Now we move forward with life. So it's almost shamanic the way we deal with realizations, or you realize what you are in the dream method. And it's basically just a beam of light that you are coming in, and you're being refracted by your 7th or 8th chakra, and you're coming into this physical domain, and you're here to learn. And what better knowledge to have than actually this is not you. This is a manifestation of you in the material realm, and that is enlightening and takes you on to the next step, which is embracing, and I'll go into that in the next video. So if you're enjoying this series, please do like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, be well and keep shining.